All right, everybody, we are back. Start with a story. We are coming down to the last couple start with the stories today because I know that you want to get on with your sleeping in, which is fine. Get some sleeping in. Maybe you wake up and you want to get a little extra story here and there. So we're going to be around for the rest of the week doing stories, actually until Thursday. We're going to do stories until Thursday. And hopefully, even if you don't see them in the morning, you get a chance to get up and give mom and dad a break at home. Anybody who's at home, give them a break, just in terms of, step away and get a story. So we have actually a really cool day today because I've got some stuff to give away. And, it's always fun to give stuff away. Like, I'm just sitting here, obviously playing some solitaire because I like to play solitaire before I start my day. Like, I like to play solitaire to get my mind right. And then as soon as I start playing solitaire, people start asking me if I'm going to do any magic with the cards for the solitaire cards. And I never know what the answer is because sometimes I feel like I could have some magic rolling out. Some days I just feel like, nah, I don't feel like throwing the magic out into the world because I don't know when the magic is going to end. I really have no idea. It could end at any time. I could just be done being magic. You don't know. I have no idea. This is just something that I am right now. I'm just magic. So I don't know when it's going to end. So, I've got these cards if you want to try to help me out with some magic. I don't know if you'll be able to, but we can try. The other thing I've been doing is a lot of workouts. I've been doing a lot of workouts just to kind of keep my mind and body ready to roll. So I've been doing a little bit of just working out. I do some karate from time to time. Right? I do some karate. So I could probably combine some of that. Maybe if I do, I wonder if I could pick the card out of here that you pick with some karate. Oh, I dropped the card. Nah, that's fine. All right. So maybe I'll do that. Let's try that. All right. So I'm going to shuffle these cards up real quick because everybody thinks it's some sort of fake magic. It's not. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let these cards go like this. And then you're going to pick a card, and then I'm going to throw the cards in the air, and I'm going to stab one of the cards, and that's going to be your card. Right? I know. Can you imagine if that actually works? Oh, we're going to find out. All right, so I need you to pick a card. I'm going to put these cards up, and I want you to tell me when to stop, and when you tell me when to stop, then I will stop, and that will be your card. Are you ready? You got it? That's the one. Stop. Okay, fine. So stop, you're taking this card right here. Okay, put Ace of Diamonds. All right. So it's the Ace of Diamonds, and I need you to take this card. Let's see, I'll take this card, and I will put it somewhere. You tell me where. Tell me where. Stop. Okay, good. Okay, so we'll put it in there. So you know it's going in there, right? We're going to put the card, Ace of Diamonds, in there. All right, it is all set to go. So what we're going to do is I'm gonna shoot these cards into the air. I'm gonna put them right here in this thing, so you don't think that there's some sort of craziness going on, right? I'm gonna put these cards in the air. I'm gonna shoot them, and then I'm gonna nail the Ace of Diamonds, and I'm gonna grab it in the air. Ready? I'm gonna grab it in the air. Be ready. And 1, 2, 3. What? So fine, I got the card, and I nailed the card in the air like that because I have this focus. But now my card's broken. What am I gonna do? I guess I could probably magic it back together. But right now I have no idea, and I gotta you know what? Let's just get to the books. But there it is. Wham! Right in there. Pow! Unbelievable. All right, let's do some books. So here's what I got. I got 2 books. Actually, you know what? Let's see. I'm going to do 2 books today. And the 2 books are the book about nothing, which we didn't get to last week. We're going to do that one. We'll do that one first. The second book I have is a really special book because a friend of mine sent me this book, One Drop of Kindness by Jeff Kubiak, okay? And Jeff is a teacher in California. And he wrote this book, and he actually sent me multiple copies. And he said, Joe, give them away. Give these books away. These kids, I think they'll like the book. and maybe they want a copy for themselves. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a contest when this is done, and I'm gonna give away these 5, I got 5 copies. These 5 copies of One Drop of Kindness to people who are watching today. All right, so we'll do that in a little bit. My first book is the book about nothing. I think I'm gonna like this book because what ends up happening with people all the time is like I'll say to my kids, "Hey, so what'd you do today?" They'll be nothing. I'm like, "Well, what did you do at school today?" Nothing. I'm like, you clearly did something at school today. I know you did. I know you did. You can't tell me nothing, right? So we're gonna see what the book about nothing is all about because this is what I get pretty often. All right, the book about nothing. You're probably wondering what this book is about. Before we get to that, there are a few things it won't be about. Rainbows, clouds, stars, the sun, moon, rockets, ships, planes, helicopters, diggers, cars, taxis, buses, sailboats, tugboats, canoes, submarines, canoes, flowers, socks, meatballs, blueberries, tacos, ice cream, lollipops, doctors, firefighters, farmers, kings, queens, princesses. And no, this book will definitely not be about underpants. Sorry, underpants fans. So what is this book about? I'll give you a clue. Have you guessed it yet? That's right, nothing. But how can a book be about nothing? Well, because, are you ready for this? Even nothing is something. Take this cookie jar. If you eat all the chocolate chips, the jar will be empty, right? Wrong! It will be chock full of nothing. If you pick up all the toys in your room, there will be nothing on the floor. And that will make your parents happy. If you eat everything on this plate, there will be nothing left. And that will make your parents very happy. What in the world is he eating? Ants. Anteater. That's funny. When you go to the bathroom and flush, guess what's in there? Oh no, you forgot to flush. Ahem, I was saying nothing. When you take a bath, guess what you're wearing? Nothing. And when you clean your teeth with nothing on your brush, you clean your teeth with nothing on on the brush, of course, then your teeth will fall out and there will be nothing in your mouth. That's funny. You can't just brush your teeth with no toothpaste. You can't. Get something on there. We don't want your teeth to fall out. Did you brush your teeth this morning? Did you brush them? Brush them. At night, when you shut off the lights and go to bed, what can you see? Nothing. Creak. And by the way, if you hear strange noise in the middle of the night, go back to sleep. It's just good old nothing. With nothing, anything is possible. You can run with nothing on your feet. You can trip over nothing. I have done that more times than I care to admit. You might accidentally burp in someone's face. When they ask, "What was that?" you can say, "Oh, nothing." You can get a bunch of balloons and a big cake and celebrate nothing. And you can even sit and do nothing, which really hits the spot after a long day of doing everything. But best of all is a hug from your parents because it feels great and it costs absolutely nothing. So now that you've read this book, I hope you've learned that one very important thing. You're going to make me say it again, aren't you? Nothing! I like that. Hugs cost $0. Zip, zilch, nada, nothing. Nothing. All right, I'm really excited to read this book. And I'm really excited to read this book because I haven't read this book. I haven't read it, and I wasn't reading it on purpose because I think that Jeff Kubiak, the author right here, is a fantastic educator. And I'm very happy that he was willing to send us some books, for you. So this is really cool. He's a great guy. I met him about 5 years ago. And, we've kept in touch in terms of some of the stuff that he's doing at his school. It's just really cool. So I'm really, really interested. Oh, he even signed all the books for you guys. That's fantastic. All right. So, one drop of kindness. The sign read, Kindness Academy of the World, changing students by the looks of it. You could sense it was a glorious and magical place of learning. Yes, it was the school to be in. It had everything a child could imagine. Play, mindfulness, coding, cooking, welding, STEAM, student choice, and of course, no homework. But it wasn't always like this. It was an unsettled start for the messy, long-haired, freckled Gus. A few years after he was born, Gus's mother passed away, and he moved from home to home and school to school, sometimes staying only a day or two. Many of these places were dilapidated and run down, and times you could hear nothing but an eerie silence. But a whisper from his loving mother would stay with him always. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. As time passed, Gus grew up and he continued moving to different towns and schools until he settled with a family in an odd, quiet town. This school had a mysterious secret, and by looking around at folks, you could tell that something was peculiar. Even so, Gus could still hear his mother's voice reminding him, one drop of kindness is all that it takes to fill a heart with love. Gus attended a school called Midvale Elementary School at North Park, nicknamed the Mean School. Midvale Elementary at North Park, M-E-A-N, and mean. Nicknamed Mean. This place was heartless. It could tell by the looks, gestures, and cringy body language from people that it was not a kind community. This was part of the town's puzzling secret. Gus was noticeable the minute he entered the school for the first time. He had a grim look, furrowed brow, and was glum. Students and teachers would avoid him or cringe as he passed. You see, Gus was sad and heartbroken. No one had taken the time to learn his story. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love, echoed his mother's voice. It became normal to be uncaring here. People were sad, dejected, and insensitive. Frowns and sorrows and tears were common at the Mean School. Little did the people know that one ingredient that could break away of life was just one drop of kindness. But Gus hadn't found it yet. He continued to scowl and make life miserable for others, even though he could always hear, one drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. There were no signs of kindness anywhere at the Mean School. Imagine that. Words, actions, and gestures were hurtful and even upsetting at times. No one knew how to behave any different. Looking around at the dirty, dingy, and neglected school that had a sour, mushroomy odor to it, one could sense the sadness. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. Recess at the school was a mess. There was no sharing during games. Balls were wet like weapons, and the equipment was broken and destroyed. Gus was the king of recess mischief. He was the leader of arguing, teasing, and not taking turns. Teachers yelled at almost everyone, and the worst of all, the students would say uncaring words. Despite all the sadness, these words still rang in Gus's ear. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. Classrooms at the Mean School were no different. They were filled with teachers and reprimanding children. Students were made to clean whiteboards and pencils and sharpeners and scrub the floors and desks, and there was not a smile to be found, especially on Gus. Kindness was nowhere to be seen or heard. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. Slowly, the students stopped coming to the Mean School. At times, half of them wouldn't show up. Gus didn't care. He had one at home that noticed. No one at home that noticed. So he thought, Causing trouble at school was what he was meant to do. You see, no one had discovered the power of kindness that kindness could bring. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. This pattern of sadness and sorrow at the school-wide misery grew because the despair came overpowering. People acted like zombies, not fully realizing what they were doing. Gus's heart shrank even smaller, like a shriveled prune. When they were doing this, Gus's heart, as he was overcome with emptiness, dejection, and loss. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. I'm very sad reading this. My goodness. One blustery day, something extraordinary happened. A new girl entered the mean school, a gleeful girl, a kind girl, a bubbly girl, a girl that laughed, smiled, and genuinely cared about others. A girl with a heart so big it rivaled the blue whales. The girl's name was Truly. And suddenly a whisper filled the air. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. Truly was angelic, with stunning dark eyes. Her feather-like hair almost floated behind her as a superhero's cape. Truly beamed as she stepped into the classroom. The teacher and students were astounded. The first words out of Truly's mouth were, "What a lovely school." Gus stood in shock. His mouth gaped open. His furrowed brow began to disappear. Grins slowly filled the classroom. Hearts began to grow, and hope trickled into their minds. Then they all heard a hum. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. Truly's impact was transforming. It became the most incredible ripple effect of kindness felt ever. If there was ever one student who stood out as the most inspired, it was Gus. The once abandoned boy blossomed the day Truly drifted into his classroom. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. The metamorphosis at the mean school was sensational. Gus's embrace with kindness had the whole school talking. Gus began spearheading changes that he and Truly wanted to bring about at the mean school. Everyone began to call him Gus, the kindness kid. And he took on his new role with a heartfelt love. He finally began to understand the sweet echo he had been with him since he was a baby. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. Over the next few weeks, the school became eye-poppingly gorgeous. Graffiti was painted over, smiles were everywhere. The teachers and students began to connect and build relationships, coming together like peanut butter and jelly. Parents were even volunteering to read to students, rebuild gardens, and participate in random acts of kindness. Gus's heart overflowed as he was so elated by the new energy of this community that the community began to share. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. The newly formed Random Act of Kindness clubs became a wave of awesomeness at school. Their first mission to rename Mean School to something more fitting. Amazing ideas were offered, but everyone agreed that one name stood above all: the Kindness Academy of World-Changing Students. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. With the new school name came a huge amount of pride through the community. School attendance quickly grew to 100%. After all, who wanted to miss a day of school here? Children would run to school, into the school doors long before the first bell rang. Classes practiced mindfulness, and teachers led with love. Gus showed others how to share care. If there were disagreements, students would find ways to solve problems. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. The Kindness Academy quickly grew and known throughout the world as the model for all students. Gus and Truly were over the moon with joy. They talked to everyone about how everyone has the capacity of kindness and should be kindness ambassadors. This may be just what the world needs, thought Gus, beaming with excitement. One drop of kindness is all that it takes to fill a heart with love. Schools near and far began to follow the Kindness Academy's model. Quickly, the kindness movement became a worldwide phenomenon. The leaders of countries even took the oath, vowing to lead with passion and let kindness inform their decisions. Gus's name became known all around the world, and people everywhere wanted to be like Gus, the kindness kid. One drop of kindness is all that it takes to fill a heart with love. Weeks later, Gus felt sad and lonely, so he headed to the office to ask anyone if they had seen Truly. The school's principal, Mrs. Friendly, sounded puzzled. Truly? She asked. Yes, Mrs. Friendly, replied Gus. I can't find her. Truly is the sole reason that our school is so amazing now. Mrs. Friendly paused for one moment, took Gus by the hand, and walked him into her office. One drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love, she whispered into his ear. Holding back tears, Gus stammered, Truly brought kindness to our school and community. She is my best friend and the queen of random acts of kindness. Sweet Gus, it is you who is the kindness ambassador. It has always been in your heart, your soul, and everything you do. You carry love, compassion, and kindness with you. Truly just helped to bring it to you. Remember, Gus, one drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. Miss Friendly continued with a tear in her heart and a crackle in her voice. Gus, you are truly. She is in your heart. Everyone has kindness within them, Gus. But some people need to dig deeper to find it. Now we have found the kindness. It will never fade. Gus, you truly are the kindness kid to all now. Never forget that one drop of kindness is all it takes to fill a heart with love. Use your courage, Gus, to change the world, she said. After a hug and a smile, the school, the town, and their world had become a much better place for everyone to live and belong. Gus smiled, thinking of how he was a part of a kind family at school and home. This once desolate town with a secret found that all along they just needed one drop of kindness. Wow. There's a lot going on there. And I even have some stickers right here. Truly, a sticker. That's fantastic. So here's what we're going to do. I've got 5 books. And what I want you to do is, if you, at any point, yesterday, the day before, or this whatever, if you've done one act of kindness, what I want you to do, or any of the adults that's watching today, put what you did as an act of kindness in the comments. In the comments. And what we'll do is we'll pick 5 of those. We're just going to pick the first 5. The first 5. First 5 random acts of kindness. We are going to send you a book. So put them in there, folks. What random act of kindness have you done to help the people around you? And we will add those to the, or we'll add that. We'll get you a book. Okay? All right, people, we are down to the last couple days. We have mystery readers coming up tomorrow, and then I don't know what's going to happen on Thursday. Go Cricket Show today, Go Cricket Show Thursday. Those will be the last 2 Go Cricket Shows of the year, and we'll go from there. We're really looking forward to it. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy. Get outside. It's going to be super hot. Get a lot of water, and we will see you tomorrow. All right, people.